alongside a brilliant start, taking the lead by passing Alain Prost and Keke Rosberg. It's a crippling pace that Senna and Rosberg are setting. Are their engines going to be able to last on the 220 litres of fuel that they're allowed?
Despite the fact that the clouds look quite high, we are actually now getting some spots of rain. Now, the weather people forecast a thunderstorm for around 3 o'clock. It's only 1:45 now, but it would appear that the unsettled weather may well play a major factor in this race in the long run. And meanwhile, out on the circuit, Prost is going quicker and quicker and quicker. Another lap record for Alain Prost. The times, as we imagined they would, are coming down and down as the cars get lighter, because it really does make a critical difference and a measurable difference. So Prost lapping at over 147 miles an hour now, and he is definitely closing on Ayrton Senna.
And Alain Prost is getting to within sighting distance of the black JPS Lotus Renault. Watch for the red and white car coming round. There it is. There is Alboreto. Alboreto, the World Championship leader, is in 6th position, some 52 seconds behind Ayrton Senna. And I say, well, I fear you may soon see. And I fear that Ayrton Senna is soon going to have, I fear from his point of view, Alain Prost on his gearbox, because Senna has got to take a couple of tail-enders now. And there we are, 148.85 miles an hour as Prost comes through to complete lap 30. He'll catch Senna, but he's going to have a great deal of difficulty in getting past the Brazilian. And they are now into the second half of the British Grand Prix.
The closest he's been yet. Well, the slipstream's working, he's having a look, and Senna's shutting the door. Prost trying to go down the inside. And, I think we're going to see a fair duel. The ferocity of the battle for the lead has now started to leave Niki Lauda behind. Ayrton Senna, leading the race in fighting off Alain Prost, is going quicker and quicker and quicker. But I've just been looking at Ayrton Senna's lap times over the last 8 or so laps, and one of the measures of the skill and quality of a Grand Prix driver is his consistency of lap time, and Senna's lap times have been absolutely immaculate over ever since he had a clear run with no back markers. He's brought them down by about half a tenth of a second a lap, which is staggeringly consistent, and he's now come down to lapping in just over 1 minute 10 seconds, 1 minute 10.05, something like that, but he's reducing the lap time each lap by a little bit. It's funny, I was just talking about his consistency, and having got down to 1 minute 10.05, Senna has just produced a lap nearly a second quicker, which would explain why Prost is no longer right up his gearbox. No doubt that Prost didn't go any slower. Now, it may just be a tactical move by Senna. Remember that the drivers can adjust their turbo boost in the cockpit, and I strongly suspect that in order to produce that dramatic an increase in speed, that Senna has actually had a little fiddle with his boost control. Well, having eulogized about the consistency of Senna's lap times, I then told you that he'd just chopped a second off his quickest one very suddenly, and he's now going much slower. So it's very difficult to read a race in this day and age when he's got a boost valve that he can turn up and down. But I suspect that he gave one quick lap to give Prost a bit of a fright, and is now attempting to turn his boost down and conserve fuel. But in fact, Prost, as you saw then as they went through the chicane, is now visibly closer. Senna is in trouble. Senna, a definite loss of power there. You saw Prost go whizzing past, and Senna's engine, which has been sounding rough, we noticed that a few laps ago, still sounding rough, and Prost now takes the lead of the British Grand Prix.
And Niki Lauda has Sura and Patrese in front of him, the first time for a very long time. The third place man is going to be lapped, and it looks to me as though he may not even be finishing. He is going so slowly. And that will bring Alboreto up, and Senna is going for it. Senna is going for the lead. Senna is going for the lead, and he's got it. Senna has got the lead from Alain around Prost, a brilliant bit of passing. Now he's got to get Ricardo Patrese past him and lap him again, and he does it. Patrese moves over, and a train, a two-compartment train of Senna and Prost, who are coming up to complete lap 59 in this 66-lap race, and Prost is going through, or is he? No, Senna holds him off. But they've got Mark Sura in front of them in the Brabham BMW.
Fantastic stuff. So we thought Senna was sick. Prost having a go now. He's going to get him. He's on the inside line. And the problem is, I think they do it deliberately to confuse us, Murray, because they've got these the adjustable boost in the cockpit.
Ayrton Senna's race is run. Another bitter pill for the Brazilian, having, as he has in virtually every Grand Prix this year, led only not to finish yet again. And this is going to be the 7th retirement in 8 races. Prost goes into the chicane. This is his 19th victory.
Alboreto was seen locking up there through the S's in the first part of that corner, but they all appear to be safely through at this moment. Rosberg's not going to let him get away this time, so it's a repeat of the British Grand Prix. And already there's Rosberg making a challenge.
Yes, tremendous burst of power there from the Williams. Rosberg just simply powered past Ayrton Senna. And Rosberg is, well, Rosberg's obviously taking the other course. He's really attacking. Rosberg and Senna have pulled a little bit of a gap to Michele Alboreto. So these two are beginning to... There's Stefan Johansson, of course, remember, after his pit stop. And Johansson's going very well because they're not really catching him. So he's running pretty much concurrently with the leaders at much the same speed.
One of the accusations which was levelled at Ayrton Senna in the British Grand Prix as he ran out of petrol 6 laps before the end was that he'd actually turned up too much boost. As we all know, you can never fully be sure whether the racing driver is telling you the truth or not, but in this case we certainly all believed Ayrton when they finally discovered after the race and the Renault engine was stripped that the right-hand bank of cylinders had lost all their sensors, which come from the turbo and tell the electronic management system just how much fuel the engine's got to use. Consequently, and there's Senna diving inside, and he's got the lead. It's ahead of Rosberg. That was at the Dunlop corner, the second gear corner. A little hand came out of the cockpit there from Ayrton Senna. Whether he was saying thank you to Rosberg or not, I don't know.
So once again, as we've seen many times this season, Ayrton Senna starting to stamp his authority on the race. And there comes the group fighting for 3rd place behind. D'Angelis still climbing all over the back of Alboreto's Ferrari. Senna with an arm up. So Senna is in trouble. Had a glimpse of that just now. I wasn't sure what had happened, but Senna is arm up. So he is in mechanical trouble and will almost certainly be coming in to retire. Although probably they'll have a look at it first. So really another disappointing race for Ayrton Senna. He's driven so well this year. He's done pretty much everything that could be expected of him, but he has had definite reliability problems.
Michele Alboreto on the last lap. There's his pit crew anxiously awaiting his return safely to the pit lane, and he's taken the victory. The hand is aloft. Michele Alboreto wins his 2nd Grand Prix of the season.